Hello to the friends! You have come across another daily race run-through video. On this edition, I had an opportunity that I had thought had previously slipped away. What do I mean? Well, you see, this week we were given Group 2 cars at Suzuka Circuit. It wasn't too long ago that we had this exact combination, but when it had come around before, I purposefully avoided it. Almost entirely. You see, in the past when we were given Group 2 race cars, it was often a recipe for a bad time on track for a couple reasons. One, these cars are very fast. This means that when driving along with others, a missed braking point or even braking points that differ from driver to driver can lead to collisions and just ruin people's races. The second reason is that these cars have high downforce, and the problem with dirty air, it's what we say when we are referring to racing behind someone, and while on turns in their slipstream, there is a significant amount of understeer. When this takes place, following someone closely is almost pointless and dangerous. Now, while the first reason can still exist, the second has honestly been pretty much dealt with. The dirty air, while a factor, does not negate the opportunity to drive closely to others, and it makes racing in this combination very exciting, very enjoyable. Why do I say I missed out on this opportunity previously? Well, we had this combo a couple months ago, and I avoided it on my primary account because I thought it was going to be no fun, like a lot of other Group 2 racing events. That particular week, I did a few races at the end, and found that the issues were nearly completely resolved, and I felt like I had kind of missed out. So when I saw that that combination was back this week, I wasn't about to miss out again. After some fun oval racing with my PHG fam, it was super fun racing with y'all on Daytona. We went to work on a qualifying time. Top times in the world were in the 146s, so I was hoping to get in the 147s. Group 2 at Suzuka is really a great combination. I think the two are kind of made for each other. It is supreme fun to drive this car around the track, and when you start to get it all right and the rhythm comes, well, it's actually kind of addictive. We eventually get our time down to a 148.1, and I can smell that 47 cooking in the oven, and I'm about to take it out and just feast on it. But we would run out of time. And I really wanted to get on track also. So that 47 would actually elude us all night, unfortunately. We were still working on getting that A+ ranking back on this account. So the first lobbies we were in had some not so stiff competition. In that race, we come away with a second place finish. We keep the same qualifying time, and in the next race, it gives us a bit more of a challenge. Right. All right, fourth on the grid. Qualifies here. Not qualifying. You figured it out. You're slow. All right, let's do this. This race, this provides some, well, really interesting moments. I would encourage you to remember P1 and P6. They will have a part to play in this race. I did not need the short shift there. In GT7 chat, at the end of lap 2, I would actually be sarcastically told thank you by Rolon. Now, my person cam, the camera that's showing on me, doesn't allow you to see this, but you can hear my response to this here. What did I do? Somebody's upset with me. I don't even know what happened. I'm being told thank you for what I can only assume is this incident here, because it's the only time I'm with him. So let's take a look at that for a moment. Now this is a race that would be all about tire saving. I do believe pitting lap 5 or 6 was really the way to go, but Gabby Sanchez decides to roll the dice and go a bit earlier. Now in that previous race I didn't show you, we had tried to pit at the end of lap 6. But the drop-off was so severe in that situation that I decided that pitting lap 5 was the time for me to do it. But this, unfortunately, right here is not the right way to enter the pits. The game was having none of that, so a 3-second penalty was dished out to me. Now, I would say normally in these lobbies, that would guarantee me pretty much a 2 or 3 positions lost. 3 seconds is a lot of time. But it really doesn't work out that way in this situation. We come out and with enough gap on P7 that we retain our same position. That's right. Hello, fellow pencil heads. Okay, let's go. See if we can still get ahead of maybe a couple of these people pitting. I'm not sure. Not totally sure if that's possible or not. And then in lap 6 is when positions 1 and 2 go in, giving Gabby Sanchez, who pitted lap 4, the lead. And he's coming out right now. Great. Oh no, it's qualify. Oh! No way! He crashed. Fourth place energy! Oh! Now I would have been greatly satisfied with finishing in P4, but the positions were not done coming my way. That was a miss. Tires are hurting a little bit. I feel it. I feel their pain. I think these guys up here feel it too. I'm catching Gabby Sanchez like crazy. That's the one who pitted a lap early, right? He pitted lap 4, so his tires probably are kind of hurting. Yeah, he's struggling. I'm gonna say that he just lost the car there. I don't think he did. Never mind. I take it back. We have a punt alert on. I'm thankful he lost the car completely. Forget fourth place energy. Podium energy, baby. People can't keep their tires fresh enough. Kaboom! Now, it's interesting. While I thought that was intentional, it might not have been. Because his tires being kind of hurting was an understatement. Look at this. Oh, look, he's first. Oh, but his front right is dead. Look how dead his front right is. It's cooked. Look, my friends, you have to tire save in this race. I don't know if you realize you have to do it. You can see the tires are almost gone. By the time he gets to the end of the track, they are literally done. I mean, Tommy Z's got it for days. Now he's got rear damage. Now it's gone. It's literally gone. He has no tire. This is where I'm coming up on him. And I just want to say, doing this to your tires is a guaranteed way to having a really bad time on track. A word of advice, everybody. Make sure you have tires when racing. They are essential. Seriously though, setting the brake balance all the way to the rear, I think is a must on this car in this track with this amount of tire wear if you want to save the tires. But also you can be patient with the car, taking wide entrances and even slightly exaggerated late apexes, along with waiting for the car to turn and point towards the apex and your exit. Doing all of these things is critical to making the front tires last long enough. Launching out of the corners at too wide of an angle, along with maximum steering angle and input, is the fastest way to melt your tires in these conditions. And for more explanation about this and the great benefits of tire saving, I encourage you to check out the NRL Round 3 video that will show as an option to click on at the end of this edition of DRRT. A portion of that video shows more on how to tire save and the benefits of it. Now, while this is one race that I wanted to show you on this edition of Daily Race Run Through, the night was not over yet. We started on pole on the next race, but had an alien from an uncharted planet grace us with his presence. He started from the back and overtook everyone. I think it was easy for him. So that second place finish, for me though, in that particular race, was enough to get us our A+ ranking back. That's what we were looking for. The next race, we were back with some familiar faces, some good friends to race against, and being 5th on the grid, not too bad. And this race would have some interesting moments. Lap 3, we actually find that Grove very unusually ends up spinning, and we pass him. Qualify was doing his normal qualify things, starting from the back, not qualifying, and racing through the entire field. So when he gets upon us, it's no sense in fighting this guy. He's just too quick. Now this could have been an unraveling moment for me, but while we lose a position, I patiently wait for the tires to be cleansed of their grime and get that race pace back. And in the end, not too much harm was done, which I'm really grateful for, and you know, it's a sign of growth for me. These types of events in a race can really mess me up, so it's good. It's always nice to see in yourself growth and improvement in these areas. So now we come to the end of lap 5, and it's time to do our pit stop, and, I might add, enter the pits properly. And many other folks are pitting at this lap as well. Not sure why, but Django ends up having to serve a penalty at this time, and we go right by him. But I make a decision right then, that even after I've passed him, I make a decision to not really battle him. I think I overestimated him just a little bit though, because I end up keeping up with him just fine, but in certain corners he actually slows me down a little bit. So my plan is to work with him, so I am bump drafting him, trying to work together. I really thought the two of us working together could help us gain on P4, but it just wasn't working out that way. So we really aren't gaining on P4 like I thought we would. So now is the time to consider making a move on him and gaining that P5 back. Well, shoot, I might have to pass him. He's not taking me to the promised land like I thought he would. But on the beginning of lap 11, he makes a mistake and goes into turn 1 just like I did, a little bit too wide, and we get that P5. And we actually begin catching significantly P4 on the final lap. It appears that his tires are way more worn than mine. Unfortunately, there isn't enough track to make an overtake on this guy. I think I needed maybe a half a lap more and I had him. So really the only regret that I have from this race is not trying to pass Django sooner. So it's It bears saying that you may want to sacrifice a little bit of speed in the middle of your stints when it's really a tire-saving race, so that yes, you might have someone that gets by you, but in the end, your tires are much fresher and much more in a position to begin overtaking later on in the race when, in reality, it really counts. Save the tires, friends. It is worth it. That last lap, or even two, and you will have the advantage. Good race, good race. Man, I really thought Django was going to stay, was just going to pull me ahead. Kept working with him, but he ended up not really doing that. So, all in all, this car at this track, my goodness, it did not disappoint. It made for some great races, a lot of great action. And that does it now for this edition of Daily Race Run Through. If you are enjoying this series, please give it a like. And if you haven't become a subscriber yet, please click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the future DRRT videos, other Ledpencil live streams, videos, and shorts that we put out on a regular basis. Until later, friends.